Hello and welcome to another episode of DeDubs Plays. We're looking at the beachfront build that we did last time, and yeah, I'm really happy with the way that turned out. I think it looks really good. The plan for today's episode starts over here. This little industrial area is looking like a bit of a sprawling mess, and it's time that we did something about that. It needs to fit the rest of the area, and it doesn't at the moment. I think that'll be quite a quick and easy build, so it shouldn't take too long, and that will leave us plenty of time to start laying out some roads over here. Now, we noticed in the last episode that we're having a bit of an issue with cemeteries filling up, and it's really getting quite urgent that we unlock the crematorium, so we're going to start working on extending the city in this direction, get some high density residential in, and start getting that population up so that we can hit the next few milestones. Now, whilst we're working on that, we may get another level up over here in the industrial area, and if we do, we're just going to ignore it. I'll work on that in the next episode because yeah, I think there's going to be a lot to do in this episode, and this can wait. The same goes for this area over here, but you may notice that it's actually 4 stars, and the last time you saw it was only 3 stars. It actually leveled up just as I was recording the outro on the last episode, and that unlocks the drop tower ride and the pendulum ride, which I've thrown in there, and I also throw in a few of the teacups there just to get the entertainment level up high enough to get us to the next level up. And again, if it levels up today, I'm just going to ignore it and we'll work on it in the next episode. One thing that I will be doing today though is finishing this area off over here. We got some really nice detailing work done on this half of the district in the last episode, and we need to add that same awesome source over on this side of the district. And I think once we've done that, this area will be pretty much done. But let's start things off over here. And the first thing I need to do is just tear out the industry here. We'll put some of it back once we're finished, but yeah, let's start with a blank canvas. Okay, now that that's gone, let's pause the game because we're also going to get rid of these power stations. We don't need that awful polluting power generation anymore. We've got the geothermal power plant, which I think is a really nice industrial looking asset as well. So we're going to put a couple of those in, and they are going to go right about here. So I will need to use a quick touch of editing magic to prepare the area. Okay, so I've deleted all of the roads that were there. I've just put in a couple to mark out the position that I want things to be in, and if I've measured this out correctly, this should be the perfect amount of space for the geothermal power plants that I want to put in here. There we go, look at that, lovely. Now I will sort out the terraforming on the hillside once we've finished the area, but that can wait for a moment. We want to hook this up with a nice little curve just like that, and then I'm just going to continue to draw the roads out up here. Let's move these out of the way so that we can build the road network around this side as well. We'll take another road up from here, and that should meet nicely with that one there. Perfect. And then I think I'll put another connecting road in just there, and we'll connect it just here as well. And now we've got a nice shape to work with, so let's do something with it. Both of the sewage treatment plants fit nicely over there, so I think that's a good spot for them. And I think that's a nice little layout for our waste management area for the time being. And to be honest, I think 2 landfills and 4 recycling centres will be more than enough to deal with our city's current needs. So I think I'm just going to delete this one. And the question now is what to do with the rest of this area. Now I think I'm going to bring a road across here, and maybe another road here. Just there. Okay, I think this tiny little area here is going to be it for the generic industry that I'm going to put over here. I mentioned last week that I'm planning to put some generic industry over in this area here, just another small industrial park, and I'm planning to put another one over here at the far side of our new tile. But as I've mentioned before, I like to make my generic industry areas very small and just spread them out a lot, just so that industrial traffic is dispersed quite widely around my city and it doesn't all congregate in one area and cause a traffic nightmare. So what to do with the rest of this space? First things first, let's hook up the water pipes over here, get the zoned industry in, and get this end finished off. Okay, so that's done. I've popped in an earthquake sensor just down there to transfer the power from the power stations to the water pumps and got rid of those power lines, and I've turned the landfills back onto accepting rubbish because they were still set to empty. And as you can see, we've got the generic industry starting to come through over here as well. So now the question is, what do we do with this area here? And I think it would be an ideal place to put one of our big factories in. Now I do actually need to remove that little bit of road there. But look at that. That works very nicely, I think. Keeps that nice industrial feel. Yeah, that's good. That's good. And got a little bit of space behind here that we can maybe put some warehouses or something in as well. I'm thinking a large warehouse just here, and we'll put a small one in out there, I think. Yes, and I will set the large warehouse to unique factory products and a small warehouse to metals. And I think a small office building in here would look good. There we go. And I think we'll just put a tiny bit more generic industry zoning in there. Yeah, let's fill the house. And I think I'm just going to put a nice little plaza in here with like a little food truck. Yeah, somewhere for the workers to go and have their lunch breaks. A couple of little tables in there as well. Okay, so I've put some paths in around the back there with some of the lantana to make it look a bit neglected and overgrown and tarmacked over. And I've made these generic industry buildings historic as well, so they'll stay looking like that. Okay, so I just decided to go through this generic industry and make the whole lot historic. I like the look of it at the moment. Lots of smaller warehouse buildings, a couple of larger assets that stand out a little bit. Yeah, I think it looks good. Yeah, nice big storage area here as well. So made all of those historic, and they will keep the appearance that they currently have. And I've hooked up the footbridge over here to a little path that just runs around this bottom corner of the area. Yeah, all in all, I think that looks much better than it did before. It's not completely finished yet. We need to fill out this space around it, but we'll come back and do that at some later point. And I think when we come to finish this area off, a prison up here would be a nice idea. I think it would make a nice backdrop to this industrial area. And if you remember in the last episode, we do have a murderer on the loose somewhere in our city. So let's have a quick chat about what we're going to do with this area. Around here we're going to have a cargo station and probably a small industrial park. This part of the coastline is going to be where I'm going to put my fishing industry and maybe a ferry port as well. Up here we're going to be running our rail lines and putting in another interchange. And here in the middle we're going to have our Old Town district, which will probably extend some way down in this direction. Not sure what I'm going to do with this beach yet. Maybe nothing, we'll see. And right in here we're going to have the Metro Plaza station once it's unlocked. So let's start thinking about how our roads are going to go. We'll start by coming off of here. Let's go to about there, because I think we're going to need to use some editing magic quickly. Okay, so editing magic complete. Now we need to decide what this road's going to connect to, and we want to make sure we've got some really good connectivity to the downtown area, which is going to be on the other side of the water there. So I've made a couple of little outcroppings, and we're just going to place some stretches of road leading to the edge of those to mark out where we're going to have bridges going across there. And I've put another one over at this end, and there's going to be one just here. We'll upgrade this road, and then we'll bring this middle one up towards where the interchange is going to be. Then we'll bring this one out a bit more, so to about there, And we'll bring a curved road out from this one. And meet up with that there. Now I know at some point I'm going to want an arterial that's coming from here up to the interchange over here, but we're not going to worry about that right now. We're going to be working in this area for the time being instead. And I really do need to decide what I'm doing with this space here, but I'm sure something will come to me. In the meantime, let's build a road up here to connect all these bridges to. That spacing should match the spacing on the opposite side. It does. So we're just going to bring this all the way along to about there, I think. And then we'll bring these bridges down to meet the road. Then at this end we'll go to about there, I think. Hook into that road about there. And up to about there. And then we'll put a nice curved piece in to join those up. Just going to adjust this bridge because I think it can be a little closer. Yep, that should do. And then bring that one down as well. Perfect. I think I've got an idea now about what I'm going to do in this space, but it's something that I'm going to have to come back to in a future episode. And yeah, if I can make it work the way I'm envisioning it, I think it's going to look pretty cool. But I'll leave it as a surprise. I'll let you discover what I'm going to do there when I start working on it. Okay, so I've got a bit of a road layout set out here. I've also got an Inferno region over here. All of that pretty detailed work disappeared, painted black. So, what are we going to put in here? I think we're going to paint it into 2 districts. I think we're going to have one on this side, which is going to be European themed. So we'll start putting some of the Old Town District buildings in here. And one here. Which I think is going to be more modern buildings. I'll probably use the Green Cities theme. And we're also going to want to put a high-rise ban in this district, but it's at the next milestone, so we haven't unlocked it yet. Shouldn't be long though. And I'm going to throw some footpaths through this area as well. As always, thinking about the walkability of the area. Okay, so now I've added some footpaths and I've zoned 2 separate districts there. We've got the European theme applied on this district, and we've got the self-sufficient buildings applied on this one. Placed a couple of footbridges across the highway so that there's pedestrian connectivity between both sides as well. So I'm going to start zoning in some high density residential over here, and I'm going to be quite careful as I do so. I don't want it to feel too dense or crowded over in this area. Ideally I'd have the high-rise ban on, but we haven't unlocked that policy yet, so I'm going to have to be quite careful to make sure I make the buildings historic so that they don't grow too big. And I think I'm going to talk a little bit about my journey as a content creator for today's little chat. Now, this is actually something that I talked about doing for probably well over 5 years, and I've always let my own self-doubt stop me from doing it, stop me from taking that first step. And then about 8 weeks ago, I'm not even sure why, but I finally decided that I had to take that step. Do you know what? I think I'm going to do 3x3s here. Yeah, I finally decided I had to take that step. I had to stop talking about doing it and actually do it. And it's quite probably the best thing I've ever done. Second best maybe. I've got an amazing little boy who I love to bits, and he's probably the best thing I've ever done. But yeah, this is a close second. I mentioned last week that the community is just so welcoming and supportive, and I'm just honoured to be a part of it. And I'm really, really grateful to everyone who's supported me so far on my journey, who's subscribed, liked, commented on my videos. Every single one of you is a validation that I've made the right decision by doing this, and I'm incredibly grateful to all of you. And I just want to say a massive thank you to everyone who's shown me support so far, everyone who's given me encouragement. I really genuinely appreciate every one of you. Genuinely astonished by the progress that I seem to be making. I mean, I'm picking up an average of a new subscriber every day at the moment, and I was not expecting to be doing that well this soon. It was only 8 weeks ago that I published my first episode, and yeah, in just the last 2 weeks I've picked up 14 subscribers at the time of recording. In 2 weeks, that's one a day. I can't believe it. I'm so grateful, and I'm so glad that you seem to be enjoying my content. And yeah, I'm still aiming to keep improving it and making it better every time, and I'm still eager to get your feedback and let me know if there's things that you think I can do better. But yeah, I guess the big 1-0's kind of been a bit of a time for me to sort of take a step back and take stock, and I'm just amazed at how far I've come in such a short time. I mean, I'm actually a little bit embarrassed by my first couple of episodes now at this point, because the quality has come so far since I made those. I mean, I genuinely considered getting rid of them, but I'm not going to, because they are part of my journey. They're part of my story. So I will leave them up there. But yeah, they were really bad. I didn't realise how bad when I made them, but yeah, looking back at how far I've come since I made them, yeah, they were really bad. But anyway, I guess the point is that I just wanted to express my gratitude for all of the support that I've been getting from you guys, and just say a massive thank you. And yeah, hopefully I can just keep bringing that awesome sauce for you to enjoy. And we've finally got the amusement parks at 5 stars. Now we have the roller coaster and the Ferris wheel, and those are the 2 assets that I was looking for to finish off the beach build. Okay, so I've finished zoning this area. I put in a little district with the modern city centre theme, and played a bit of whack-a-mole until I got all of the matching buildings, and I think it's worth the effort to do that. I think it looks quite nice when they all match like this, and that's going to meet some of our commercial demand. And I've also put in a little services area at the end here, and just dotted a couple of parks around the edges of the district here. So I think we're going to leave this for the time being, and we're going to head over to the beachfront. Now that we've got the rides unlocked, we can finish this beachfront off and call it good. So let's start by having a look at the roller coaster. That's the bigger asset, and I want it to sit with this orientation, which means it's going to extend out into the water a little bit, and that means I need to do a little bit of landscaping to fit it in. So we'll just use our level terrain tool and pull some of the beach out a bit. We are going to get some flooding issues because Cities Skylines water mechanics. Now, I didn't realise that the ground was going to change colour like that, so I don't want to go too far with this. Let's see, how far can I pull it out? Okay, let's take another look at the roller coaster to see how it fits on here now. You know what, I think we can work with this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull a straight road off of this, and I'm going to go up to about here, I think, and then we'll go along this way, and then we'll just take another quick look at the roller coaster and see how it fits in that gap. Yeah, that'll work. Just going to pop another little bit of road in there, and then I'm just going to push the landscaping back up towards the road. I'll leave those roads there as markers for the time being, but I'm going to pop the roller coaster in. Probably going to have to extend the park area a little bit first. So we'll pull that all the way up to the edge there, and then we'll just pop the roller coaster in like that. Now, I just adjusted this road slightly, so I had to push the landscaping back out a little bit, but I want this road to come across just to about there. And again, I'll use the level terrain tool. I'm taking a point just underneath the water level to level 2. I'll just push that all the way back. I'm going to go for the simple seawall from the Bridges and Piers content creator pack. And we'll run it to right up to the node there. Why is that doing that? Okay, I don't want it doing that. Okay, in the end I had to remove my little guideline road there because this space was a little bit too short to be able to connect this bit to. So I just had to make it a tiny little bit longer. But now that we've got that in, what we're going to do is we are going to just push up the landscaping ever so slightly here. Go around with the level terrain tool. Just tidy up the edges there, get rid of that little island. And then again at this end, we will just push the terrain out just a little tiny bit. And then I think we'll probably just stick a nice big rock on the end over here. Maybe a couple of rocks. Okay, so now I can get rid of all of my guideline roads here. Just going to move this temporarily so that it's out of the way. We'll put a small amusement park main gate in just there. And maybe we'll put a little side gate in over here as well. And then we'll run a path down here. Just to about there. Connect it on to there. And to there. That should be enough space, hopefully, for that to squeeze in, or it's not quite enough space. Okay, that's not a problem. So what we will do, we'll pull that down, we'll go across there, just make sure they all fit. Perfect. Then we'll hook the paths up there. I'll pop path in just there and then hook it up like that. What about if we do that? How large is our Ferris wheel? That's actually reasonably small. There we go, we'll throw those paths in like that and then we can pop the Ferris wheel in right about there. Okay, I've played around with the path design a little bit and I don't know, I might change it. I might still change it from this, but this will do for the time being. I think I am going to pop in a swing boat ride. If I can find it. Yeah, we'll pop a swing boat ride in just about there. I think that'll be a nice addition. Fantastic, we've hit the small city milestone. So now we can put in trains, monorails and cable cars, and we've got a large selection of various train stations available because we've got the content creator pack, and also a yoga garden and basketball arena. But let's get back to this. I think I want to put a nice little souvenir shop in, probably just about there. That looks good. Going to pop in just a little section of path to go around here, and we will use that to pop in the cafe and restrooms. And I'm looking at this and thinking there are too many trees along the paths, so what we're going to do is we are going to upgrade everything to path without trees. And then we're going to get a little bit picky about which ones we put trees on. I think we'll have some trees along that one. Put some trees through the middle there. And we're going to change these trees as well. We're going to upgrade them to, I think, let's have a look at that. I think no. Decisions. I think the smaller ones. Yep, I think we're going to go with those. Thrown in a little piggy train at the end there, something for the younger visitors to go on. Okay, so I've been through and I've added the DeDubs awesome sauce that was needed over here. We've got plenty of trees and decorations. Nice little flower beds and things in the middle here. Added some more rock detailing to the cliffside there. Put a little fence around the entire area, and yeah, I think that's looking very nice now. Really puts the finishing touch to that beach area. Okay, so in a moment I'm going to do a time lapse of decorating this area and finish it off. But seeing as it's episode 10, I thought it would be a nice time to just take a little look back at the progress that we've made on our city so far. Now we put this nice little district in. It wasn't so nice when we first put it in, and it was a single square over. Not that I'm a perfectionist or anything, but yeah, we decided that it had to be shifted over by a single square. We put our first little bit of detail and work in with this large park that we added, and then we laid out this little district on this side of the highway, and we got some lovely little detailing working on this side. Some nice rocks, little custom plaza there, and I did a little custom play park. Oh yeah, there it is. Little custom play park there next to the school. Yeah, that turned out really nice, I think. We got some lovely detailing work done along the sides of the highway, and we built a gorgeous DCMI interchange. Really happy with the way that this one came out. Looks really pretty with the brightly coloured trees. On the other side of that interchange is another nice suburban district, and again we got a lot of nice little details in. Another little custom plaza there, and another little custom kids play park. And we put in our first Park Life Park, which currently has a couple of burned down buildings. I will need to get a search and rescue centre in so that we can fix those. And then of course there's some of the areas that we've been working on today. We've finished off the beachfront area, which I think is looking really nice now, with the fun fair on the end, and all of the nice detailing work that we did last week. And we've got this nice industrial park that we worked on today, which is now looking much nicer than it was before. And of course this area is not finished yet, still need to add a touch of DeDubs awesome sauce to the area, but it's definitely an improvement on what it was. And then we crossed the stream to the area that we're going to be working on in a moment, and this is the area that I already detailed. Lots and lots of really nice custom detail work in there. Really happy with the way that it came out. These little rock details around the paths, I mentioned last week that I got that idea from Joy Build Cities, and it's kind of become a bit of a habit now to link another creator's channel in my description. And since I haven't really spoken about any other creators today, I think I will link Joy Build Cities channel in the description today. She does some really nice detailing work, so do go and check her out. And the other thing that we haven't covered yet is the trumpet interchange, which really happy with the way that that came out. I think that's a really nice interchange, and it can be tricky to make a pretty interchange on console edition, so yeah, really pleased with the way that that came out. So there we are, our city after 10 episodes. Still young, still got plenty of room to develop and grow, but it's definitely coming along, definitely progressing nicely. But anyway, without further ado, let's get into the time lapse over here. And there we go. Nothing too extravagant, but I think we've managed to add that trademark awesome sauce to the area. District's definitely feeling a lot more complete now. So we're going to call it an episode there, and we'll finish off with a nice shot of the beachfront now that it's complete. Don't forget to check out Joy Build Cities. As always, I will leave the link in the description. And if you haven't done so already, hit that like and subscribe button. And of course, if you've got any feedback for me, please feel free to leave me something in the comments. And I will catch you in the next one.